Bernoulli's theorem. But before going into Bernoulli's theorem, we have to see about equation of continuity. In order to discuss the mass flow rate through a pipe, it is necessary to assume that the flow of fluid is steady. The flow of fluid is said to be steady if at any given point the velocity of each passing fluid particle remains constant with respect to time. So, we have a pipe, but its cross section is varying. Here we have different area of cross section. Here we have different area of cross section. Now we are giving the definition for steady flow. So the velocity of the fluid particle should remain constant. If that is the case, we can say the fluid is steady. Under this condition, the path taken by the fluid particle is a streamline. So we give a new term for this. If we say a streamline flow, that means the velocity of the fluid through the pipe is constant, or fluid particle remains constant. Now, having said what is a streamline flow, now consider a pipe AB. Now we have a pipe AB. From here to here you have a area of cross section as A1, and from this point to the end, so we divide this into two parts. This is A part and this is B part. A part is having a cross section A1 and B part is having a cross section A2. Now the area of A1 is greater than A2. So that's what is given here. Consider a pipe AB of varying cross-sectional area A1 and A2 such that A1 is greater than A2. A non-viscous, if I say non-viscous means it don't slide on the wall. Of course it slide on the wall, but there won't be any viscosity. Viscosity means the fluid will flow without any binding force towards the wall. So we call it as a non-viscous. Say for example a water. Water can be considered as a non-viscous fluid. Whereas if you consider honey, it is a viscous fluid. And incompressible. The particular liquid should not be incompressible. Liquid flows steadily. So once again we come across the term steadily through the pipe with velocities V1 and V2 in area. So here we have in the A section we have the velocity V1. In B section we have velocity V2. Now next, let M1 be the mass of fluid flowing through section A. Section A means this section in time del t. So M1 is equal to A1 V1 del t into rho. So you may having so we all know that, see, now we have the relation M1 is equal to A1 V1 del t into rho. So now if you carefully watch, velocity is what? Velocity is distance by time. Here we have del t. This is also time. Now we have rho. So time gets cancelled. This distance is nothing but the length. So area of the cross section into length gives volume. So the complete thing will give you volume. So we all know that density is equal to mass by volume. Therefore mass is equal to what? Density into volume. Therefore mass can be represented as A1 V1 del T into rho. So this A1 V1 del T gives you what? Volume. Okay. So density into volume gives mass. So here we have M1, which is equal to the area of the cross section in this region is A1, velocity is V1. We consider the flow of liquid for a period of time, say del T, multiplied by the density of the fluid. So the density of the fluid is not going to vary throughout the length of the pipe of consideration. Now we come to the section B. So this is having an area of cross section A2. Same time we consider the same time del T. So here the mass of the fluid M2 is equal to, once again we will use the same relation. Area of the cross section is different here, A2. Velocity is V2. Del T, because we are going to observe mass for the same time in section A and section B, multiplied by rho. Okay, so these two equations is for section A, this part, and section B. For an incompressible liquid, mass is conserved. This is an important point. M1 should be equal to M2. So if that is the case, we can equate these two equations. A1 V1 del T rho is equal to A2 V2 del T rho. So rho gets cancelled, del T gets cancelled, and finally we have A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2 is the relation. That means what? Implies A into V is equal to constant. That is, area of the cross section multiplied by velocity should be a constant, which is called the equation of continuity, and it is a statement of conservation of mass in the flow of fluids. This is the statement of conservation of mass. This you should not forget. Equation 735. Okay. So now A1 V1 should be a constant. This we know. From this we can relate so many things. That is, if A1 increases, what should be? Velocity decreases. If the area from this equation, if the area decreases, velocity has to increase, then only you will get that constant value. Understood? For example, AB is equal to constant. Okay, this is the statement. Now assume this is 10. Assume area is 2. So what should be the velocity now? 5. Okay, that means area is 2, velocity is 5, you will get 10. Now assume next case, area is 5. What should be the velocity now? It should be 2, then only you can maintain this constant 10. Here if you see, if one parameter decreases, other parameter has to increase, then only you will maintain that constant relationship. In this case, this is increasing area, whereas velocity will decrease. So if this can be shown practically, see here the area of the cross section is increased, therefore here velocity will decrease. In the section B, area of the cross section decreases, therefore velocity will increase. So that's what is given here. In general, AB is equal to constant, which means that the volume flux or flow rate remains constant throughout the pipe. In other words, smaller the cross section, greater will be the velocity of the fluid. Just now I told you with an example. Okay. That's all about equation of continuity. Thanks for watching. Nandri.